last week, the Shamrocks dropped their season opener against the Southern New England Admirals 14-13 on a touchdown with just 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tonight, the Shamrocks look to turn the page as they open their home schedule against the Brockton Bucs, live here on WMCT-TV.
Fake the handoff here, Kohler rolls out, puts it up, he's got a man, touchdown, number 84. He's laying on the end, looking for the end zone, touchdown, great save.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please rise and move your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, I'm Matt Bisaccio, and welcome to Kelleher Field, site of tonight's presentation of Marlborough Shamrocks football live on WMCT-TV. Tonight, the Shamrocks take on the Brockton Bucs in Week 2 of the East Coast Football League season. The Bucs coming to play 0-1, losing their Week 1 matchup at home against the Mill City Eagles 39-0. The Brockton defense allowed nearly 300 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and 2 more on the ground. The Brockton offense, well, they were shut out, so not much more to report there. On the other side, we've got our back-to-back league and national champion Marlborough Shamrocks. They were upset last week, dropping their first game 14-13 against Southern New England. Marlborough led the entire way, but a late touchdown gave them the loss. The defense allowed just 14 points. That was the good news. The bad news is that the offense, led by Blake Rice, turned the ball over 5 times. 4 on Rice's account, 3 picks and 1 lost fumble. We'll see if the offense can have a bounce-back performance here this evening. All right, welcome, guys. Great to have you along with us here tonight at Kelleher. Great night for football. Shamrocks are donning their traditional green jerseys with white lettering, white pants, and their white helmets. Brockton on the other side, black jerseys, red numbers and trim, black pants, black helmets. Gorgeous day here, 86 degrees under glorious sunny skies. Wind, none. Shouldn't play a factor at all. Marlborough will kick off. Their kickoff specialist, Max Pedenoff. They've got Pat Caruso for the extra points, and Max Pedenoff, maybe the best kicker in the East Coast Football League. The game was delayed about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so. So those of you that stuck with us, thank you so much. The issue is that Brockton didn't have quite enough players to start. Looks as though they've got maybe 13 guys in total, so we'll see what happens as we go here. Shamrocks obviously super deep. They've got a roster of about 40, 50 guys. And we're ready. And Pedenoff knocks it deep. Ball bounces it inside the 15, fielded about the 9. And quickly he is taken down inside the 20, where the Bucs will begin their first drive of the afternoon, or the evening, excuse me. Still very sunny out. Defense led by Brandon Hampton for the Shamrocks. Only gave up the 14 points last week. It was really just a couple of plays, really. You had the 165-yard pass play for the touchdown in the third quarter, and then the last drive of the game for the Admirals, they went down on a, 57-yard, 12-play drive that culminated in a touchdown that put them up for good. So as it stands right now, the Bucs have no bench players. So they have 11 guys that are going to play both sides of the ball. Bucs start off with a handoff, and then he's ripped down quickly. Taken down by number 63, Josh Bradshaw. The story of this game is, how will the Bucs be able to withstand basically being on the field the entire game? Not one player will get an ounce of rest. And it's a hot one out there. I mean, it's 96, but it feels like it's about mid-90s. The forecast says that the temperature should drop to about the high 70s by the time the game will probably end. But regardless, hydration is going to be a key for this one. And I completely missed it. There was a fumble on that first play. Shamrocks take over. Inside the red zone to begin at the 15-yard line. Rice under center. Grossis in the backfield. Full receiver set. Hand off to Grossis. He bounced it outside to the 10, to the 5, and he scores easily on the first play of the game for a Shamrock touchdown. For Zach Grossis, that's his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Shamrocks quickly go up 6-0. One play on defense, fumble. One play on offense, touchdown. And it's starting to look like it's going to be a long night for the Bucs here at Kelleher Field. And on for the extra point try is Marlborough Shamrock legend Pat Caruso. Pat did miss one extra point last week. Proved to be a crucial one as the Shamrocks went on to lose by a single point. Snap down, placement good. Caruso's kick is up and through. And just like that, a minute 4 seconds into this game, the Shamrocks, they take the lead 7-0. If you hear noises occasionally, that's just me with my sweat rag trying to dab my forehead. I do apologize. Not much in the way of airflow here in the press box at Kelleher Field. So the temperature outside the press box may drop as the night moves on, but I doubt it will here in the press box. So again, hydration a key even for us here behind the mic. We at WMCT are proud to be able to present Marlborough Shamrock football live here on our channel. Comcast Channel 8, Verizon Channel 34. And you can see us here tonight, obviously, on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. All right. Max Pedenoff was the kicker last time for the kickoffs. This time it's Lucas Ando, Marlborough High product. Ando winds up. Nice boot. This one is fielded at the 7. He's holding it like a loaf of bread. You better watch out. He's hit and dragged down about the 32-yard line, where the Bucs will begin their second play of the evening, or second drive of the evening. Last drive for the Bucs, one play and a turnover on the run. Looks like that's number 10, Kenny Vega, under center for the Bucs. And Brockton's going to take a timeout. Pretty disjointed effort so far from Brockton, but considering they have 11 players in total, I guess that's to be expected. Nice crowd so far here for the Shamrocks in their home opener.
Good luck. And this is the last home game to Jesse Sutherland. Jesse Sutherland will be going to college in West Virginia. This is his last home game.
The public address announcer has just honored Jesse Sutherland, I believe his last name was. Football player over at Marlborough High. Sustained a concussion his junior year, and not able to finish out his career, but he's been a coach here with the Shamrocks the last few years. And according to Mike Harpin, he's just as deserving of the championship rings as anybody else. So a nice little honor there for the assistant coach on the sideline. All right, coming back to the play on the field. We got 13:28 to go here in the first quarter. Shamrocks already up 7-0. Two backs, three wide receivers. Another handoff up the middle, and it doesn't go very far. If anything, looked like he may have lost a yard. Ball's going to be placed just past the 30-yard line. Second down and about 10, as that was close to no gain on that last play. Vega takes a shotgun snap, tosses out to the flat, and quickly taken down for no loss by number 10, Deshaun Perkins. Perkins out of Fitchburg State makes the tackle, and it'll bring up third and long. Ball's going to be spotted at the 32, so a gain of about a yard on the pass play out to the flat. Clock rolling to just about 12 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Brockton very deliberate. No real pace or energy so far from them. Safety blitz, or excuse me, corner blitz. Number 2 gets him, drags him down for the sack. Great pursuit there by Kyle Jimenez Fox, the 6'2", 185-pound cornerback. He's out of Dorchester. And that brings up fourth down, and Brockton will be forced to punt. 2 drives so far for Brockton, hasn't really been able to account for much so far. First drive, first play, fumble. Then the second drive, 3 and out. Against teams that, have all their players, the Shamrocks are usually very good anyway. But tonight, against an undermanned Brockton team, they're licking their chops. Snap, a good one. And the punt is away. Very short one. Oh, my goodness gracious. That's not even going to go 10 yards. Takes a Shamrock bounce. And that one is going to be marked inside the 25. I believe it's going to be at the 20, about the 24-yard line, where the Shamrocks will begin their second drive of the game. Last drive for the Shamrocks, run play by Zach Grossis. And he was able to score and put the Shamrocks up 7-0, which is where we are right now.
Yeah, you almost need like two handles on the circle. That would help too.
4 receiver set here for the Shamrocks. You got Graham Asom at the bottom of your screen. And Zach Grossis is the running back alongside Blake Rice in the shotgun. Blake fakes the handoff, passes it to number 4 in the flat. He takes it to the outside. He's got some room to run. Gets to the sideline, and he's in. That's a touchdown, Shamrocks. However, we do have some laundry on the field, so we'll see what that is. It looks like he's indicating hold. It looks like that's going to be a hold on number 5, Graham Asom. So that'll negate the touchdown and push the Shamrocks 10 yards back from where the previous spot was. It's too bad that wipes a touchdown off the board for George Smith. That would have been 2 plays on the day for the Shamrocks and resulting in touchdowns. But it'll be 1st and 20 now. Ball spotted. Looks like they didn't respot. As it stands. First down and 5. Handoff. Right up the middle for Grossis. Oh, wide open. Nothing doing. Wow, that Brockton defense, not very formidable. Zach Grossis basically walks into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the day, 4th of the season. And less than 6 minutes into this one, the Shamrocks are already up 13-0. Number 99, Jordan Lobby to snap. The placeholder is Mitch Solage. And of course, Pat Caruso out to kick the extra point, which is up. And it is good. We have another flag though on the play. We'll see whether or not that's... Now it looks like that's going to be some early motion on the Brockton defensive line. So the extra point will be good. And with 9:10 left to go here in the first quarter, Shamrocks take a 14-0 lead here on WMCT-TV. All right, for the 3rd time today, the Shamrocks will kick off. All right, we have a couple of return men back for the Bucs. Number 36, Connor Lynch, and number 6, Armando Oliveira. Last time Lynch was able to bring it out past the 30. But after that, the Buck offense was shut down, 3 and out, and a punt. Let's see, I don't see. I guess see Max Pedenoff on the sidelines. Looks like he's in good spirits. Not sure whether or not this is injury related or whether this is just a good opportunity for the Shamrocks to get their young kicker some decent experience. We'll try to effort towards finding out some more information for you. And when it becomes available, we'll pass it along to you. As it stands, Ando to kick off. Another booming kick from Ando. Nice job. Kicks it inside the 5, and it's a live ball, but he picks it up. Lynch picks it up. Originally hit by number 41, Joshua Lebel, or LaBelle, I should say. Not much of a return there. Ball taken out to, looks like the 14-yard line, or maybe it's on the 15. Tough to tell here. We're in the lower level of the press box at Kelleher Field, live from Marlborough, Massachusetts. Very excited to be able to bring Shamrocks football live to you here. Oh, it looks like Pedenoff is moving well on the sideline, so I'm guessing this is just an opportunity to get Ando some reps. All right. Ega in the shotgun snap looks to take it himself, tries to go off tackle and met by a couple of Shamrocks there. Looks like it was number 10, Deshaun Perkins, and that was number 36, Ryan Shawn. I mean, Brockton hasn't been able to really move the ball past the line of scrimmage yet so far. I mean, they have to play every snap, offense, defense, special teams. That's a tall task, especially on a day like today where it's so hot. But really, that's what makes this Shamrock organization so impressive. You know, you have these other teams that come in. I mean, they barely have enough guys, or it's just a disjointed organization on the other side. But you have the Shamrocks here. I mean, if you look at their sidelines, 30, 40 guys. At least 3-4 guys in each position as far as their depth chart is concerned, you know? So it's rather impressive for a semi-professional football team. Another shotgun snap. Tosses it deep. Nobody home. Not sure who that could have possibly been intended for. A little miscommunication there between the wide receiver and the quarterback. And that will bring up third down. It looks like it's about a 3rd and 12. We don't have anybody taking any official stats here for us this evening, but it seems as though it's about a -5 yards total, -6 yards total so far. The Shamrocks team last year gave up only 9 points per game. Baker takes a shotgun snap again, looking deep once again, tosses it up. He's got a man. Oh, a little too long. Yeah, that was an improvement, though, for Brockton. They had a wide receiver in the area. However, incomplete, and that'll bring up another 4th down. So that's number 74 back to punt for Brockton. That's Nathan James. Not your prototypical punter body. His last opportunity, he pretty much shanked it, about 10 yards. See if he can do any better here. Fairly. Gets it just past the 30. Takes a sideways bounce and goes out of bounds at about the 32, 33-yard line, where Marlborough will start their 3rd drive here of the 1st quarter. So far, they're 2 for 2 on drives. Zach Grosses has accounted for both of their touchdowns. It's just difficult to imagine Brockton having enough in the tank to be able to stop. I mean, you've seen it on the first couple of drives here. They just don't really have the energy or the wherewithal really at this point to be able to stop Marlborough. I mean, Marlborough's throwing fresh bodies at them, basically, whether it's on offense, defense, special teams, and yet this Brockton group just has to stay out there the entire game. The only breaks they'll get will be timeouts and halftime. All right, Rice under center. 4 receiver set, twin set with Grosses, the lone back. Hand off again to Grosses, takes up the middle, and Brockton stops him after what looks like a 2-3 yard gain. Ball spotted at the 31, so officially will be a 2 yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Rice drops back, rolls out of the pocket, tosses it up, and oh, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, touchdown, Shamrocks. Rice to Mitch Salage, 31 yard touchdown strike, and the Shamrocks lead 20-0. So this is absolutely what they have to be doing here on special teams this evening. So they've sent out Lucas Ando to kick the extra point. Typically this is Pat Caruso's spot. But in a game that looks like it's really not going to be much of a contest, beautiful opportunity here for the young man to get some experience. And it ricochets off the goal post, but sneaks in. And with 3:27 to go here in the first quarter, Shamrocks dominating, up 21-0.
And a Marlborough 21.
Pretty laid-back mood here at Kelleher. Much of the suspense of the evening seemed to have gone by the wayside. Shamrocks up 21-0. And the Bucs on the other side just doesn't look like they have what it takes tonight.
Picking off the Shamrocks is number 18, Lucas Ando. Second return for Brockton is number 6, Armando Oliveira, number 36, Hunter Lynch.
Oliveira and Lynch back to handle the kickoff. Ando out there once again. Looks like he'll have the lion's share of the responsibility in the kicking game for the rest of this one. Ando kicks it to about the 16-yard line where it's fielded by Oliveira. Makes the first guy miss and gets it out to the 30. Fourth possession here for the Brockton Bucs in the first quarter. First possession ended in a fumble after the first play and 2 subsequent punts. Sun's starting to set here. Beautiful Marlborough, Massachusetts. We're live here at Kelleher Field for the Shamrocks Bucs game. Shamrocks coming to this one 0-1, losing their game last week against Southern New England. And the Bucs, who were 0-1 and looking like they're going to go to 0-2, lost last week to Mill City 39-0. So far in the season, the Bucs have been outscored. Look, my quick math, that's 60-0. That's got to be demoralizing. All right, we got a pitch up the middle, and it's their best play of the game so far, as Lynch takes the pitch, busts through a couple of tackles, and makes it out to the 40-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. We'll see what the official marking is. Yep, first down is indicated. Chain gang. I'm going to move it along a little bit. Under 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Now it looks like we've had a change at quarterback. Now we've got Chris Martin in there. Martin drops back. We've got a flag on the play. Might be a free play. Oh, a little slip screen. Dropped by number 3, Chris White. He's listed as a linebacker here in the scorebook, so who knows whether or not, him being on offense is something he's particularly used to. There's a reason why guys play defense, right? All right, that's an encroachment penalty on the Shamrocks. It's going to be 5 yards. It'll remain first down. First down and 5.
First down and 5 for Brockton.
Caroline's now.
Brockton breaks the huddle, 3 receivers. 2 running backs alongside Chris White. Oh, excuse me, Chris Martin. Looks like we had some movement early. No flag thrown. Oh, that's going to be easy. Oh! Fell right in between a couple of Shamrocks there. Fell right in between number 19, Kyle Trainum, and number 10, Deshaun Perkins. Couldn't tell whether or not the ball was tipped before Perkins had a chance to play it. But it falls incomplete, brings up second down. Oh no, excuse me. That was the penalty gave them the first down, excuse me. .30 to go. This looks like it should be the last play, unless they're just willing to, yep, they are willing to walk to the sidelines and let the rest of the time here in the first quarter elapse. So after 1 quarter of play, the Shamrocks, they're leading 21-0 here on WMCT-TV.
Worried your friend's struggling but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could write him a text or knit him a sweater. If you can't be together, you could write him a letter. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. However you do it, you gotta ask a friend. And if they don't share, you can ask again. Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
All right, welcome back. Beginning of the second quarter here from Kelleher Field. So far, not much of a contest. Shamrocks up 21-0. It's the first drive in which the Bucs have really moved the ball at all. Really, the story of this one, though, is the fact that the Bucs only have 11 players available, and if you know, there are 11 players required on each side of the ball during any given play. So every single one of these players for Brockton has to stay out there for the entirety of the game. So there's no doubt that that's going to, it already has shown to be a factor so far, and it will continue to be one as this game wears on.
Second down.
A 2-yard play, or a 2-yard gain on that play. And that'll bring up second down and 8. Martin takes a shotgun snap, hands it off. And after breaking a couple of tackles, is eventually taken down after a 2-yard gain by number 10, Deshaun Perkins. That carry was by number 3, Chris White. Able to shake off a couple, but Perkins was waiting there for him. So it didn't look like really slight gain. They mark the ball at the 47. So 3rd down and 7 here for the Bucs. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Martin to pass. Throws into no man's land. That ball is picked off. He's got some room in front and taken down at the 48-yard line, where the Shamrocks will begin their 4th drive of the game. Kyle Jimenez Fox with the pick. Second turnover for the Bucs offense. Oh, there was a flag on the play. But that happened, looks like, after the interception. So the ball will just be pushed back, and the Shamrocks will have to begin their 4th drive here of the game, a little bit further back than they originally thought they would. The way that the Shamrock offense has been moving the ball, though, it doesn't seem like this will be much of a deal, but we'll see. So far in the day, Zach Gross has 2 touchdowns on the ground. Blake Rice, bouncing back nicely from his week 1 performance, has a touchdown in the air, a 31-yard pass to Mitch Salage. Four receivers set, trips to the trips left, I should say. Now Rice in the shotgun. Rice takes a snap, fakes the handoff, gets it out to George Smith. George Smith has some room in front. He's got the edge. He cuts back. Oh, loses his man. Does he have the wheels to get there? Meets one more man, and he is gone. George Smith, touchdown, Shamrocks. 73-yard screen pass. Blake Rice, George Smith, and the Shamrocks lead 27-0. Shamrocks making it look easy against this undermanned Brockton squad. No judgment towards the 11 guys that showed up on the day. The judgment goes towards all the other guys to this Brockton team that didn't show up.
Number 16, Pat Russo out for the extra point try.
Pat Caruso back out there for the extra point. Placement, kick is up, and Caruso is true. And with 11:50 to go here in the second quarter, Shamrocks extend their lead to 28-0 here on WMCT-TV.
You've always protected me. Every day of my life.
There you go.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm older now, but I still need you. Prescription pain pills, heroin. I know kids are getting addicted, and people are dying. Can you still protect me?
You can protect your teen. Teens who talk to their parents about opioids are less likely to misuse them. Find out what you can say.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
All right, back here at Kelleher. 28-0 with 11:50 to go in the second quarter. Shamrocks making easy work of this one so far. Ando set to kick it off. Oliviera and Lynch back for the Bucs. Squibber. Fielded at the 35 and then taken down pretty viciously there by Dalton Hooks. Fifth drive here for Brockton. We'll summarize their drives so far in the evening. Fumble, punt, interception. So not much success so far. They might have a couple of yards total. Man, I know it's only the second quarter, but these guys must be gassed out there. Yeah, you see this Shamrock sideline. So many different guys there, groupings, coaches going over things with players. Such a sophisticated, organized team. And you look at the other side, it's just not the same. Ooh, Martin comes out of the grasp. Looking downfield, tosses it to nobody. Martin had to roll out of the pocket under heavy pressure and just gets the ball away. The incompletion will bring up second down and 10. Brockton will use another timeout. But Marlborough, I've got a question for you. Did you miss your favorite WMCT program? Don't you worry. Just head over to our website at WMCT-TV.com, click the Video on Demand tab, and browse through our catalog of original programming, as well as archived City Council, subcommittee, and school committee meetings. Unfortunately, this hasn't been the contest we were hoping for. That's the bad news. The good news is it looks like Marlborough is going to pick up their first win of the season. Make sure you stick around during halftime on top of the awesome Public service announcements, courtesy of the Ad Council. We'll have a portion of my interview a few days ago with the offensive and defensive coordinators for the Shamrocks, Harry Ingalls and Mike Harpin. Thought it was a pretty enjoyable interview. So stick around, catch a portion of it. Well, getting back to the game. Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Bucs take the shotgun snap, and the wide receiver turns, looks, but the pass is nowhere near him. Another incomplete pass. More miscommunication from the Bucs. And that'll bring up third down. It is noticeably cooler now that the sun has gone down, no surprise. Nothing but smiles and high fives over here on the Shamrock sideline. I would try to tell you what's going on the Brockton sideline, but there's nobody there. A little bit of motion there. Flag on the play. Looks like a free play. Pass is complete. Looks like it's going to be about a 5-yard gain. Pass caught by number 6, Armando Oliveira. Listed as a linebacker. Showing off his wide receiver skills. Oh, it was a 5-yard gain on the pass play. 5 yards for the penalty, so either way it was going to be a 5-yard gain there for the Bucs. But they'll accept the penalty, so it'll stay third down. And they'll have one more crack at getting a first down here, extending the drive. Brockton with only one first down so far in the game. Looking to pick up number 2. They've yet to turn the lights on here at Kelleher. Some strange lighting on the field right now. Looks like they'll pick up 6 yards on that play, and the chains will be moved. You know, what isn't recognized on these, during these broadcasts and these games that are played are so many volunteers that come out to help make games like this possible. You got guys like the chain gang crew. They're not paid. They just come out here to help facilitate a game. Well, the 5-yard gain spots the ball at the 50-yard line. First down and 10 here. Coming up on 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Handoff goes to Lynch. Not able to get much of anything there. If anything, it's probably about a yard loss. Tackle on that play was Carlo Garton Jr. 6'3", 310-pounder from Somerville. That last play was officially a 2-yard loss. So that sets up second down and 12 from the 48. Martin in the shotgun. Drops back. Heaves it deep. Two defensive backs there. Neither one of them can come up with the pick. That ball falls incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 12. Five minutes to go here in the second. Live here from Kelleher Field. Shams leading 28-0. Looks like it'll be the outcome we were looking for here tonight, but unfortunately not the game we were looking for. Lots of sloppy play on the line from both sides, really. And that's to be expected early in the season. You know, especially with the Shamrocks team here that wasn't able to really set up any scrimmages before the beginning of the year. You know, it's difficult with these other teams. They don't want to scrimmage the Shamrocks and help them get better, so the Shamrocks kind of have to figure it out over the course of the first couple of games of the season. Week 1, the offense struggles. They're not able to really muster anything. But here in week 2, they've bounced back against this undermanned Bucs team. We've got a 3rd down here, and it seems about 17-18. Short pass out to the flat, and that's not going to amount to very much. Maybe a couple of yard gain, but that'll bring up 4th down, and the Bucs will have to punt once again. It seems like they would punt, but at this point in the game, maybe they'll go for it. Doesn't seem like they have much to lose. They get the punt off, another short one, but the best of the day. Takes a bounce straight up in the air, and the ball will be spotted at the 37. A little bit of pushing and shoving here after the play. Looks like one of the Bucs took exception to Marlborough maybe pushing one of them in the back. We'll see who this penalty is going to be on. This could be in the area of a personal foul. No reason for Marlborough to really get involved in any of this at this point. You've got a tired, desperate Brockton club on the other side. Frustrations are going to boil over easily, but Marlborough has to do their best to stay away from any type of confrontation, pick up the dub, and move on. You don't want to get yourself into a position where guys will get suspended for more meaningful games down the road, or potentially anybody getting hurt. Not on this night, not against this team. We've got a personal foul against Marlborough. All right, looks as though, if I could, tough to really figure out what he was saying, but it seemed as though 2 personal fouls on Marlborough, 1 personal foul on Brockton. Let's see, 2 of the personal fouls will cancel each other out, and then Marlborough accepts the, or Brockton will accept the second personal foul on Marlborough. So Marlborough will be pushed back 15 yards from where the ball was spotted, and that is where they will start their next drive. Little choppy there. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We've evolved these broadcasts greatly since the beginning of them when we were doing live to tape a couple of years ago. So who knows? Maybe in a few weeks next year we'll get a wireless lav on one of the officials so we can hear their calls. Rice takes the shotgun snap, hands it off up the middle. Running back bounces it to the outside, able to pick up a few. Looks like number 28, Sean Jackson. I believe that's who that was. Just as I'm going to make a comment on how it's difficult to see with the lighting, it looks like the lights here at Kelleher were just being turned on. Clock's about to hit 2 minutes. And we've reached the 2-minute warning here at Kelleher. 28-0 Shamrocks here on WMCT-TV.
Summer is here, and as we prepare for school letting out, planning our summer vacations, and getting back to activities with family and friends, now is the time to make sure your COVID vaccines are up to date. mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective at preventing severe illnesses and help to prevent future COVID-19 variants. This is our best shot for a brighter future. Do it for yourself, your family, and our community. Contact the Marlborough Board of Health to learn more about how to get your COVID-19 vaccination.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
All right. Back live here at Kelleher. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Shamrocks have the ball, looking to burn a little clock and get to halftime up 28-0. Rice takes the handoff, passes it out to George Smith, across the middle, and George Smith takes it up the sideline, and he's got some room again. Smith takes it to the 41-yard line. He'll pick up a Shamrocks first down. I was wondering whether or not they were going to be conservative or not. Oh, but look, there's a little bit of laundry on the field. We'll have to check and see what that is. As it stands, it's a 50-yard gain. All right, so personal foul again on the Shamrocks, the more undisciplined play. That would be my only criticism of this club so far in this one. No need to lower yourself to anything like that here tonight. Looks like that personal foul is going to be on number 13, Martell Hughes. 6'7" wideout, who hails out of Worcester. Offensive coordinator Harrison Ingalls out on the field to discuss what was going on here with the lead official. Might be a dispute on the clock. It's been a running clock for much of the second quarter here. Right now we've got a minute 8. And right now the ball is spotted at the 30. Looks like they've got about 7 more yards to gain a first down. It'll be 2nd and 7. Got a beautiful crowd out here tonight. Happy to see all this support here for the Shamrocks. And as this team moves along in the season, they win more and more games. I'm sure the support will be even greater. Rice under center. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. The handoff is given to the single back. Makes the first level miss. Bounces out to the outside. Makes another man miss. Oh, then the big tackle comes in and levels the hit. Nice pickup there on 2nd down. That was Jakari Carpenter. Jakari with a series of moves, evading the tacklers. He's able to make it all the way inside the 40-yard line. And the Shamrocks are going to burn a timeout, collect themselves, with 56 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. Remember, stick around for our halftime break, as we'll show you a couple of more PSAs, but in the middle of those, we're going to have about a 6-minute portion of an interview that I was able to sit down and have in our WMCT studios with Mike Harpin and Harrison Ingalls. Lots of interesting stuff in there, so stick around. Shamrocks break the huddle with 56 seconds to go. Rice under center. Cintron goes in motion. Jet sweep. Takes it off tackle. Goes up the middle. Burns or makes it past the first wave of tacklers. Gets inside the 25 to about the 22. That's enough for another Shamrock first down. 46 seconds to go. Shamrocks looking to make this 35-0 at the half. Blake takes a shotgun snap, goes across the middle. It's got Mitch Salage. Spins out of a first tackle, and eventually he's wrapped up. Stopped at the 8-yard line, it looks like. And the Shamrocks are going to take another timeout here with 24 seconds to go. Looking to put an exclamation point on this first half. A first half that, quite frankly, has not been a contest at all. Shamrocks tonight, more than anything, just showing how impressive their organization is. To be able to have as many players at their disposal as possible, or as they do. You know, when you play against these other teams that just don't have it like they do. That is what made the Shamrocks as successful as they've been over the last few years. Four receivers out there right now. Martell Hughes, George Smith, Cintron, and Mitch Salage. Throw across the middle, Cintron on a little slant. And it looks like they're marking him just short. There's debate on whether or not it should have been called a touchdown, considering nobody touched him. Looks like they're going to have a conference. If nobody touches him, I mean, he can crawl all the way to the end zone. Doesn't matter that he goes down. Yes, they've indicated touchdown Shamrocks. 8-yard slant pass from Rice to Cintron. Number 17, Anthony Cintron. That puts the Shamrocks up by a comfortable 34-0 here with 16 seconds to go in the first half. Bit of an anticlimactic call on that one as the referees needed a moment to ensure that it was a touchdown. But it's 34-0, and Marlborough High grad Lucas Ando out there to kick the extra point. He's 1 for 1 on the day. And he kicks it, and it is good. Ando 2 for 2 on extra points of the day. The Shamrocks are 5 for 5 overall on the day. And with 16 seconds to go here in the first half, the Shamrocks up by 35. Absolutely dominant performance here by the Shamrocks this evening. And they are going to let the last 16 seconds of the half go, and I believe we are going to advance to halftime. So, as we reach halftime, it's 35-0 Shamrocks. Like I said before, don't go anywhere. We'll have a 6-minute interview, or piece of the interview that I had earlier this week with the offensive and defensive coordinators for the Shamrocks. So stick around here on WMCT-TV.
Dear Grandma, I can't wait to see you. We can bake your special cookies, play cards, and look at all those old photos of you and Grandpa when you still had hair.
3 out of 5 fire deaths occur in homes without working smoke alarms.
I hope you like the picture I made of us.
If your smoke alarm is over 10 years old, replace it, because you have a lot more memories to make.
Uncle Sam?
You just turned 18, right? It's time to register at sss.gov.
Excuse me?
It only takes a minute, and it makes you eligible for student aid and millions of federal jobs. Plus, well, it's every man's responsibility. What do you say?
Okay, I'll do it.
Here's my quill.
I'll just use my phone. sss.gov, right?
Yeah.
Be the man. Register with the Selective Service System today at sss.gov.
What's going on, everybody? Matt Bisaccio here for WMCT-TV and WMCT Sports, and welcome to the first episode of the Marlborough Shamrocks podcast. We're going to be bringing this podcast series to you over the course of the summer as we follow the 2022 season for the Shamrocks, back-to-back champions. The flow of the show we're going to bring in guests. We're going to get to know them a little bit. We'll look back on the game that was. We'll look ahead to the game that they'll be playing the next week. So without further ado, let's introduce our guests. We've got the offensive coordinator for the Shamrocks, Harrison Ingles. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
No problem at all. And we've got the defensive coordinator for the Shamrocks, Mike Harpin. Welcome.
Evening.
So we'll start off with you, Harrison. Talk to me a little bit about how you got involved with coaching and how that led you to become the OC for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, so my first opportunity with coaching was actually in 2014. A teammate of mine, Dave Buchanan, was the head coach at Quabbin. And he gave me the opportunity to coach the offensive line. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot from him, you know, the process, the grind that goes into high school. The following year, I begged him to let me be the offensive coordinator because I've always had a fascination with that chess match and how much fun it is. And he gave me the opportunity, and, you know, we did some amazing things. We won a league championship. We set some scoring records. It was so much fun, and such a huge opportunity for me to kind of learn how to coach the game. And then Chambers gave me the opportunity to coach the offense. 2017 and 18 with the Fury. Then obviously we became the Shamrocks, and from there it's been continued success. With the championships, it's so much fun.
Yeah. Could you have ever saw yourself back when you first started coaching and helping out, being here in this moment now?
Yeah, I think competitively everyone thinks they're gonna win and have that success. So it's a lot easier when you do it, and it's it's easy with the hindsight. But I'd like to think that having the confidence and putting that type of work into what you do will ultimately lead to the successes that you want.
Absolutely. Now, being an offensive coordinator or coach involves educating and teaching, and that's something that you do on the outside as well. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm a 6th grade English teacher at Abbey Kelly in Worcester. It's a charter school. And since 7th grade, my high school teacher, Mr. Buckley, I knew I wanted to teach. My mother was going to teach. He was a big influence in my life. The late Tim Merritt, my 12th grade English teacher, huge influences in my life. I wanted to coach and teach since 7th grade, so I'm fortunate enough to be living that dream.
That's cool. Now, more stressful situation, unruly 12-year-olds or late game situation, you got to come up with a big play.
I got to go with the 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
they're ruthless.
Yeah,
they're ruthless.
Yeah. And kids nowadays are more and more exposed to so much and having the internet. I can't imagine what it is as a teacher nowadays. I'm sure there's kids that walk around with phones, and you have to deal with that whole thing, where educators from the past never had to deal with stuff like that.
Our school is really good with that, surprisingly.
Oh, really? Good.
I maybe took 3 cell phones last year.
Oh, sweet.
They're very good with it. I think it's more of an issue in the high school.
Oh, okay.
But I'll go 12-year-olds. They're quick-witted, and they can get on your nerves pretty quickly.
Nice.
So,
all right. Well, Mike, you're Marlborough through and through. You grew up here in Marlborough. You played youth football. You played for the Panthers, the Shamrocks. Now you coach. Just tell me what it's like for you to now come full circle to be a coach for the Shamrocks.
It's full circle, and I think when we get the guys to the field. There's something that they're all there to play the game. They're all feeling like it's their team, and that we have had a lot of success. But part of the thing I think I bring to it is like that historical end of it. Dan's in his first. You just finished your first year teaching, right? Full time.
Yes.
Okay, full time. First year teaching full time, and I just finished my 31st. So you're talking opposite ends of the spectrum here on where we're at.
Yeah, sure.
So for me, coming into Kelleher Field is someplace that, at 7 and 8 years old, you grow up there and you try to impress upon these guys. Our first game as a Shamrock, because I wasn't with the Fury, I just came on when Chris Chambers, our owner, rebranded the program. You try telling these guys, like, you're not going to have a crowd like you have in Marlborough. And all the way to our national game this past year, we have more people on the road traveling with us than the home team usually has. And that's 100%. A statement of the people in town and how much, the community really loves football, but they love the success and the history of the Shamrocks, that we have a lot of veterans there, that guys that have played, when they were very successful over time. And our first year, they were in the stands, and they had no problem coming down and addressing some of our guys. Well, that's not how we do it here. So it's been an interesting thing like that, and our guys bought in. And then as a result, the crowd loves, they know the characters, they know the people, everybody knows who Slime is, number 10, you know what I mean? They know who Blake is, and the kids, it's just like when you were growing up, these kids look up to our players almost like they're professional players. They come over, they want to get signatures and that kind of thing. We have a bevy of kids at home that want to be water people, boys and girls that want to run out in the field and be with the guys. So it's really, for me, it's been a really rewarding experience. It's a semi-pro, but no one's getting paid. So what are you getting out of it? Relationships with other coaches and our players, and getting to reconnect with Marlborough.
Obesity can lead to a lot of other major illness that can shorten your lifespan.
People who are living with obesity, you need to follow up with your doctor.
It's important now, and especially for our long-term health.
I want people to feel no shame in seeking help.
Yeah, you're going to have ups and downs, but let's keep pushing this because it's all, at the end of the day, about overall health.
1, 2, 3, huddle up. Let's talk obesity.
Last week, the Shamrocks dropped their season opener against the Southern New England Admirals 14-13 on a touchdown with just 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tonight, the Shamrocks open up their home schedule against the Brockton Bucs, live on WMCT-TV. Yeah, if you guys' phones aren't on silent, you wouldn't mind just putting it on silent.
Worried your friend's struggling but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could write him a text or knit him a sweater. If you can't be together, you could write him a letter.
Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. However you do it, you gotta ask a friend. And if they don't share, you can ask again.
Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Attention kids, please, it is time to leave the field at this time. It is time to leave the field at this time so we can start the game. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much for those of you who have stuck around during halftime. Hope you liked the interview with offensive and defensive coordinators Harrison Ingalls and Mike Harpin from the Shamrocks. And maybe to the surprise of some of you out there, we are going to have a second half here at Kelleher. But just when you thought that the second half was just going to be boring and uninteresting, the Shamrocks are playing for history tonight. Their largest shutout win in franchise history is 54-0. And that information is coming straight from the mouth of the can man. So you know that's factual. If there's anybody that knows anything about the Shamrocks, it's that guy. As you know, the can man sings the national anthem here at Kelleher before every Shamrocks game. All right, second half is getting going. It's an onside kick attempt. I guess you can't really blame them for that kind of desperate play calling here to begin the second half, but it's to no avail as Marlborough will recover the ball and start their first drive of the second half inside Buck territory at the 45. All right, Shamrocks, four receiver set. Handoff given to number 29, bounces it out to the left. Got some room and a decent pickup there on first down. That was number 29, Jakari Carpenter, who was the team's leading rusher there in the first half with 39 yards. Zach Cross has had 36 yards in the 2 touchdowns. Blake Rice, 5 for 5, a $141, and 2 touchdowns. So 5 touchdowns in all for the Shamrocks there in the first half. Dominating performance so far. And again, we're live here from the press box at Kelleher Field. Thank you to all of those who've stuck with us here through halftime and into the second half. We truly appreciate it. Rice drops back, passes it to George Smith there in the flat. He's taken down quickly. George Smith, the leading receiver for the Shamrocks in the first half. George Smith, Mitch Salage, and Anthony Cintrone. Key contributors to the Shamrock passing game in the first half. We've got a running clock situation here going in the third quarter, which I'm sure will remain the case for the rest of the game. 35-0. I think that's safe to say we know what the final outcome will be, not the final score. I mean, that's what we're all here for, to see whether or not the Shamrocks can break that record. Again, largest shutout victory for the Shamrocks is 54-0, so we're 19 points away from that. Another handoff to Carpenter. Carpenter scurries up the middle for a gain of about 7. I think he's just shy of a first down. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Harrison Ingalls, the offensive coordinator, will leave Rice and the offense out on the field. It's like about a 4th down and 2, maybe 3. Rice in the shotgun. Carpenter next to him, but Rice drops back. Heavy pressure, gets the pass off, and it looks like it's going to be complete for another first down. George Smith. Nice little in route there. Sat down on the spot, and Rice put it on the money as he took a big shot. You just wonder in a game like this that's pretty much wrapped up how long a lot of the major starters will remain in the game, like a Blake Rice. Ten and a half minutes to go in the third. Oh, it looks like that's going to be a free play for the Shamrocks. Rice is going to throw it up to the end zone, and he's got a man, and he's got it! Oh, what a catch, what a pass! That looked like Martell Hughes who came down with it, and that it's going to be another Shamrock touchdown. Early movement by the defensive line for the Bucs gave the Shamrocks a free play, and Rice capitalizes. Looked to be about a 32-yard touchdown pass there for Rice, his 3rd of the game. Rice has got to be up to about 180 yards so far. He had 141 coming into the 3rd quarter. 41-0. Extra point pending. Kick was a little low, but it does cross in. And with about 10:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Shamrocks up big, 42-0. Marlborough, I've got another question for you. Have you ever thought about making your own TV show? Perfect. Just get in touch with our station's access supervisor, Alex O'Neill, at our offices on 91 Main Street here in Marlborough by calling us at 508-481-1373, and we'll take you through the basics of using a camera, editing your own footage, and turning your dreams into a reality. Again, that's 91 Main Street here in Marlborough. You can come up to our offices and come hang out, say hello, come check out our new studios. Or our revamped studios, I should say. We got some very enthused fans here, right underneath us here at the press box at Kelleher Field. Great to see everyone having a great time. And how could you not? 42-0. Big man coming out for the kickoff. That was pretty impressive for the big man, number 90. Tristan Carter, 6'2", 326-pound defensive lineman from Worcester. And he played ball over at Midland University. Shamrocks having a little fun with it now, and who can blame them? Up 42-0 here with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And all jokes aside, I mean, Brockton's not playing very well. They're obviously down by 42, but you've got to give the guys on the field a lot of credit. They showed up today. A lot of other guys on their team obviously didn't. So they're sitting here playing every single snap, both sides of the ball, playing it on special teams too. So it's a testament to them. It really is, to be able to stay on the field and play every single snap. Handoff, inside handoff. Those two look like Chris White, number 3. And he's stopped after a marginal gain. So White with a carry, the ball will be placed at the 41, so still 2nd down and 10.
Go D!
Brockton's kept those 2 running backs in for extra protection most of the game here. White gets the pitch. The balls, or the call is, or the play, I'll get it eventually. The play is called dead. Seemed like a little prematurely. Well, regardless, a 1-yard loss for the Bucs. And now it'll be 3rd and 11 with less than 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Week 2 coverage of the East Coast Football League here live on WMCT-TV. Very excited and very proud to help provide some live coverage of your Marlborough Shamrocks. Not much urgency from the Bucs. No, very deliberate pace. And on 3rd and long, they'll try to extend this drive, having only picked up 2 first downs in the game so far. Martin drops back, throws it over the middle, and hey, he's got a, oh, it looked like the ball came out at first, but that was his helmet. My goodness. Oh, he is writhing in pain right now. You hope he's okay. He's to his feet, but he still seems a little stunned. That is number 6, Armando Oliveira, who took the shot. I didn't really see anything dirty on that play. That just looks bad when the helmet comes off like that. But he seems to be okay, at least well enough to stay in. And it looks like the Bucs do have 1 bench player now. Looks like they got some reserves at halftime. Closing in on 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Bucs have just picked up their 3rd first down of the game. I believe this is only the 2nd time they've been inside Marlborough territory. A series of turnover and punts have marred their offensive production so far. So it's 1st down and 10 from the Marlborough 47. Martin looked like he was going to run, then thought he was going to pass, and then he gets sacked. Michael Farley. Farley, the 5'9", 235-pound defensive lineman out of Randolph. is going to end up being a 9-yard loss in the play, so it'll be 2nd and 19. 4 minutes to go. Bucs continue to go out there in a 3-receiver set. 2 running backs. Handoff goes to Lynch, who dives forward. I believe he goes past the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and very long. Looks to be about 18. Be a 3rd down and 18. Ball spotted at the 46. Temperature's actually quite comfortable now. Thankfully, there wasn't a ton of humidity today. That would have been brutal had there been. Martin gets the shotgun snap, rolls out of the pocket and heaves it up. And, ooh, should have been an interception. Ball dropped by Khalil Rios. And that's going to bring up 4th down. It's 4th down and 18, but don't really see much reason to punt at this point. Under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Shamrocks in complete control, up 42-0. And they decide to keep the offense on the field. Shamrocks thought they were going to be punting. They'll have to reconfigure their defense on the fly. Oh, then they do. A little trickeration there from the Bucs. Ball's going to be fielded up about the 15. Number 15, Rios, makes a series of moves. Doesn't really amount to much. And the ball is going to be spotted at about the 20-yard line where the Shamrocks will begin their next drive. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd. Looks like this will be the last play. And we have a change at quarterback. In for Blake Rice is number 14. The handoff goes to efforting. Number 26, David Bonilla, 5'10", 212-pound running back. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Shamrocks extend their lead to 42 as we take the turn for home here at Kelleher Field, live on WMCT-TV.
Summer is here, and as we prepare for school letting out, planning our summer vacations, and getting back to activities with family and friends, now is the time to make sure your COVID vaccines are up to date. mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective at preventing severe illnesses and help to prevent future COVID-19 variants. This is our best shot for a brighter future. Do it for yourself, your family, and our community. Contact the Marlborough Board of Health to learn more about how to get your COVID-19 vaccination.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
All right, back here live for the beginning of the fourth quarter. Handoff, goes up the middle, lots of room in front. And it looks like that's going to be Bonilla again for another big gain and another Shamrock first down. Shamrocks in the hurry up, led by new quarterback Frankie Desiderio. Desiderio, 6'1", 205 pounds out of Worcester, and played some ball over at Syracuse. Only question is, at this point, how many points will the Shamrocks win by? As was stated coming out of the halftime break, the largest shutout win for the franchise is 54-0. And we're 12 points away from that, so we'll see if they're able to get to that point. Fake handoff, pass up the middle, and behind the receiver. Desiderio's intended receiver right there was number 84, Mikey Johnson. Mikey Johnson out of Marlborough. Thanks to everybody out there that stuck with us the entirety of this one. Our first live broadcast of a Marlborough Shamrock home game for the season. And we'll have 4 more of these games throughout the year. Let's talk about the upcoming schedule, though, for the Shamrocks. Next week, they'll be on the road. Or excuse me, in 2 weeks, they'll be on the road as they take on the Mill City Eagles, who last week took care of this Brockton squad 39-0. And then the week after that, we'll be back here live at Kelleher Field on the 16th as the Shamrocks take on the Boston Bandits. Desiderio takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Bonilla, and Bonilla's got some room in front. Gets through the second level, dragging a defender, and he eventually goes down at the 41. Strong running there from Bonilla, and that'll pick up another Shamrock first down. The Shamrocks are slated to play the Bucs again on August 6th. The game's in Brockton, so hopefully they'll be able to field a few more players. Desiderio drops back. Oh, excuse me, I thought that was Centrone at first. It's number 87. Looks like he has close to enough for another first down. And that was number 87, as I said, Shane Bushy. 6'2", 185-pound wide receiver out of Framingham. There's one thing I can guarantee, is that every single one of those players from Brockton is going to sleep like a baby tonight. There's no way those guys aren't completely gassed. Like, they've played almost, I mean, I can see now, here in the second half, there's 1, 2 reserve players. The first half, there weren't any, so a couple of these guys have gotten a few snaps off, but largely every single one of these guys has been out there the whole game. Oh, Botch snap at first. Desiderio has it. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to try to get to the edge, but he is slammed down. Desiderio gets to his feet. Looks to be okay. He was taken to the ground by number 81, which I do not have a number for here in my roster. So we're just going to call him number 81. Situation like this gives offensive coordinator Harrison Ingalls gives him an opportunity to do a little teaching. Get some more game reps here for the backup quarterback. Shamrocks break the huddle. 4 receivers set. Single back to the right of the backup quarterback, Desiderio. Takes the shotgun snap and falls back. Nice pass. Back shoulder throw by Desiderio. Nice throw. He looks over to the bench. He likes what he just did. And that was complete to number 84. Mikey Johnson. Mikey Johnson's second catch of the evening. I would imagine this Marlborough Shamrocks sideline is going to erupt if this backup unit can score a touchdown. And it's difficult to tell whether or not that player is injured or just tired, but if I had to make a bet, he's just completely out of it. You know, dehydration and cramping, things of that nature come into play when you're in the late stages of a game on a day that's been this hot. He's to his feet. Looks like he's maybe making his way to the sideline. They do have a reserve to come in his place. Just informed that earlier in the game I got Joe Hicks's name wrong. Appreciate whoever was out there watching and letting him know. Want to make sure we get all these players' names right. If there's any mistakes that we make, or me specifically, just let us know. Get in touch with us somehow. Oh, pass to the outside. Number 6 making guys miss. Dalton Hooks, well, I'm pretty sure that's his name. Now, I don't know what I can trust. But number 6, Dalton Hooks, makes the catch, makes a couple of guys miss, and works his way down inside the 10. That's going to be another first down. Inside 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And what's been a third-party observer would say not a terribly compelling game. But Shamrocks are up 42-0, so we'll take it. You know, we're not objective observers here at WMCT-TV. We're Marlborough Community Television, so we can root for whoever we want. We're going to root for the home team, obviously, but we don't have to sit there and play it down the middle. Another play was ran while I was rambling. Looks like they So, as I was rambling, there was a turnover on the play. So the Bucs are going to take over inside 9 minutes to go, deep in their own territory. We have reached what's called garbage time. Shamrocks have all their backups in. And if Brockton had backups, they'd be in too. Handoff. Met with great force at the line there. Not much to pick up. Light stuff for minimal gain, if that. Tackle made by Michael Farley. One of the few non-backups in there, so it's not all backups, but largely. Shamrocks show blitz. Pass falls incomplete. Quarterback and the wide receiver on different pages there. Even with the incompletion, we have a running clock approaching 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Doesn't seem as though at this point that Marlborough will be able to put up a couple of more scores in the less than 7 minutes that are remaining. So unless something crazy happens here over the next few minutes, Shamrocks won't set a new franchise record for a shutout win. I don't think anyone's going to lose any sleep over it. Bucs look to pass. Another pass that's wildly off the mark. And it looks like that's going to bring up fourth down for the Bucs. See if they keep the offense on the field or if they just punt it away. Looks like they're about to punt. Looks like a flag, which will be offsides on the defense. Marlborough muffs the punt. They're able to cover it, but let's see what the flag is all about. Looked like early movement from the Shamrocks, and it was. That penalty is going to be declined, though. Wasn't going to be nearly enough to give them a first down. So the Shamrocks will take over. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of run plays over the next 5:20. Milk this clock. Get to the end of this one and then go celebrate the Prospector. Conference from the referees. They're going over to speak with the head coach. At this point in the game, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised, to see whether or not they'll call this one. I mean, if you look at the players on that sideline, or on the field for Brockton, they just look totally out of it. Let's see what this call is from the referee. I mean, And from the looks of it, folks, it looks like this is going to be the ball game. Brockton players are taking their helmets off, shaking the hands of the referees. The last 5 minutes and 9 seconds of this one will be omitted. Well, an anticlimactic end to an otherwise really anticlimactic game. Shamrocks jumped out in front very early, scored 2 touchdowns in their first 2 plays of the game, and never looked back. Led 35-0 at halftime and win this one going away, 42-0. Shamrocks improved to 1-1 on the year. They'll play in a couple of weeks, and the Brockton Bucs will fall to 0-2. Brockton they've suffered a couple of brutal beatings over the last couple of games. Week 1 they lost 39-0. Tonight they lose 42-0. Again, next Shamrocks home game is going to be on July 16th as they take on the Boston Bandits. Should be a good one. Boston is perennially one of the better teams in the East Coast Football League, so we're really looking forward to it. Should be a much better game than this one was. So, I'd like to thank the entire crew here from WMCT. Declan Garside, cameraman. Alex O'Neill, second cameraman. Got my man Mike Lawton right here, switching up the shots, directing. And I am your play-by-play man, Matt Bisaccio. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We truly appreciate it. Everyone have a wonderful night. Good night from Kelleher Field.